What's up, guys? Dodgers Randy here for your game recap. Today we took a loss against the Brewers, 11-5. It sounds bad. It was to some extent, but there were some good things that came out of this. Kind of, I guess you could say. It was a really bad day for pitching, as you can tell, and unfortunately all the guys that gave up those runs were our big league guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the pitching and then we'll move on to the offense, just so you guys kind of know what went on. So Ryu was on the mound today. From the very beginning, he looked dominant. He came out and had a 1-2-3 inning in his first and second inning, came out in the third, and he gave up a leadoff base hit, but no worries, got out of the inning after that. Same thing with, 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. So through 4 innings, he was looking really, really good and strong. I guess I shouldn't say looking because I didn't get to watch. It wasn't on TV. I had to listen to it, but the term just works better. He sounded to be doing really well out there, holding on strong. And then the 5th inning came around, and this wasn't the worst inning. He gave up a single, and then he gave up a 2-run home run. My only issue with the home run was it was to Grandal. So that was really the only bummer about it. My kind of motto on home runs is if it's only 1 or 2 in a game, to me it's not a big deal, because a home run just means 1 bad pitch. If you're giving up hit after hit after hit, or walking guys or hitting guys, that's a lot of bad pitches. But he only gave up the 1 home run. He did give up a single prior to that, but I try not to stress too much on home runs. However, I am curious if Yasmani was hitting from the right side or the left side. I'm assuming the right side. He's not nearly as strong from the right side, but I don't think he's ever going to change to being just left-handed. So kind of surprising he was able to take Ryu deep, all things considering. But anyways, we'll keep moving on. He gave up a single, like I said, and a home run to start the inning, and then after that he had 3 straight ground ball outs, so still looking pretty good. In the 6th inning, he did give up back-to-back base hits to lead off the inning, but then his day was over. And honestly, the way the 6th inning went down, I think they would have been better off leaving Ryu in. But of course, these games don't count, so they were probably looking at his pitch count more than anything. They're not going to have him out there just to get out of the jam if he's already over his pitch count. So they brought Baez in. And before everyone gets upset, because I know how a lot of people feel about Baez, is that he didn't do terrible. He walked a guy, so he came in with 2 on, no out. He walked a guy, so yes, that's a problem. He loaded the bases. However, he followed that up with a strikeout, so now you have bases loaded, 1 out, and then he induces a ground ball that probably should have been a double play. It was hit right to the 3rd baseman. I don't know how hard it was. It didn't sound like it was too hard or anything. But it was Cody Ashley playing 3rd base at that time, and he actually fumbled the ball a little bit. So unfortunately they got no outs, and that's when a run came across. And then after that, it just got a little bit out of control. Not on Baez's part. They actually pulled him out of the game after that. And then they brought in Ferguson. I love Ferguson. I think he did great last year. He was a big part of why we were able to get to make it to the World Series to begin with. However, he just has not looked good this spring training. It seems like when he comes in, he gets hit around, he's walking guys, he's hitting guys. I think his ERA this spring is like over 9. And I know you don't want to stress out on spring training, and I'm not stressed about it. It's just something I'm keeping an eye on and looking at, because it makes me wonder whether or not he's actually going to make the big league roster. Because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, he was only in AAA for like a month or 2. Before he came up. I think that was the case with Santana. He had just gone up to AA, I believe, so I don't think I'm getting them confused. But, oh, wow, hang on. Ryu is in line to start opening day, so it sounds like Ryu will be starting opening day for us. I thought it was going to be Rich Hill, all things considering, since he was pitching Saturday. 5 days later would have been opening day, but I guess not. Oh well. Anyways, back to this game. He's not looking good. So he came in with the bases loaded, 1 out, and then he walks the guy. The count was 0-2 when he ended up walking the guy. So that's always kind of concerning when your pitcher goes up 0-2 and then can't find the strike zone. I want to say it was against Grandal that he walked. I'm not 100% sure. And then after that, he gave up a sac fly, so another run came in. So those 2 runs were credited to Baez. They were not earned, but they did go down on his line score because he was the one, or no, he was the one, he let one of them get on. He let the one guy get on. That's right. Okay, he let the one guy get on, and then okay, yeah. So take that back. But however, those runs did go towards Baez, so he gave up the sac fly. Another run comes in after he walks one in. The sac fly, that's the one that was on Baez. And then he gives up a 3-run home run. And then he hits a guy, and then he gets a fly out. So he did get out of the inning, but he got out of the inning after walking in a run, giving up a sac fly, giving up a home run, and hitting a guy, and then getting a fly out. So not a good inning by him by any means. It's kind of seems like that's been his trend this whole spring. So I don't know. I still have a lot of confidence in him. He came up. He's so young. Hopefully he gets it together, because I do think he'll be important to this team, especially long relief, because you just don't know what's going to happen with Kershaw. Any injuries like that, you want a guy that can pick up some innings and always convert to a starter if possible, because that's what he was. But we'll see. After the way things have been going, part of me feels like he'll start the season in OKC, maybe Tulsa, but I don't know. We'll see. So Dylan Floro came in. Oh, God, go away. Oh, wait. Now, Alana just tweeted. Okay, see, I usually wouldn't interrupt for a tweet, but this is about opening day, so it is important. Alana actually just retweeted that it actually will be either Ryu or Hill for opening day. So one of the reporters said Ryu, then they ended up retweeting it, or then Alana ended up tweeting. So it looks like it will be Hill or Ryu for those of you that want to know. Back to this game though, 7th inning, Floro comes in. He just did not look good, which is kind of a surprise for him because he's been pretty good for us. Last year he was, I think, kind of like a hidden jewel type player. I don't think any fans really saw that coming from him. And he's been pretty good this spring, but he did struggle today. He gave up, to start the inning off alone, he gave up a double and then an RBI single. Then he got himself an out, but it just kept going. He gave up, so he got 2 outs. However, within those outs, he gave up a double, a single, a double, a double, a single. And then they finally pulled him out of the game after he got the ground out. And then another pitcher by the name, I think it's Salos, his last name. He came in with 2 on, 2 out and got the strikeout. He's been having a really successful spring. He's a left-hander. I saw a lefty pitch for the Dodgers in a minor league game when I was there last weekend, and he just dominated on the mound. I don't think he had a name on his jersey, though. I also just didn't see him turn around. So I don't know if that was him or not, but he's killing it so far this spring. I think he's too young. I don't think he's anyone we'll see because I haven't even heard of the guy till this year, but you never know what happens. And then Yimi Garcia came in the 8th, and he's just on a whole other planet right now. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning, and then a ground out. So another great 1-2-3 inning for him. And that's kind of the positive to take out of this, is what we're seeing from him. Because if you look back at what he's done the last year, he struggled. Anytime he came in, he either blew leads, let guys on, whatever the case may be. And it looks like he could really step up and help out the bullpen this year, which is a good sign because, as always, the injuries come and go. You never know how Jansen's going to be, Joe Kelly, Pedro Baez, if we're going to get the last year of Pedro Baez or if he's going to go back to how he was before. So we'll see. I don't want to drag this on. This video is already getting a little bit longer than I like to do my game recap. So let's move on to the offense. Not a great day when you really look at it. Altogether, our starters had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's not counting Ryu's strikeout. 9 strikeouts just between our starters alone. Taylor had 2, Martin had 2, and then Jock struck out once. Verdugo struck out, Kike struck out, Muncy struck out. So it just was not a very good game offensively. A lot of the guys, I heard it was overcast there and it was a little hard to see. So not sure if they're just having an off game. Not worried about it. I think they'll be fine. Jock actually did leave the game with back spasms. At one point, he was running down the line, said his back flared up. He does expect to be in the game tomorrow. They don't think it's serious, so don't have to worry about anything there. You never want to see a player get hurt, even if you don't want them in the lineup or want them on the team. We should still never, as fans, in my opinion, hope for them to get hurt because they're still Dodgers. That's just how I feel, though. Turner keeps doing Turner things, hit a 3-run home run, of course, in his third at bat. This guy, I think, is going to come out and have a dominant season. I think his biggest thing is health. A lot with like Corey Seager. They kind of just remind me a lot the way they play the game and they take their bats. So if him and Seager are healthy, we're going to have a very good team this year, just based around what those two can do. Obviously, we need the other guys to step up, but I see a big season from Turner this year, just based off the way he's playing. I kind of wish they'd stop playing him. I worry so much about his health after what happened last year and him getting hit by a pitch. So hopefully he's out tomorrow and maybe only plays 2 games against the Angels, but we'll see. I'm sure he'll be fine. Muncy had a little bit of a better game. He went 2 for 4. He did have a double and an infield single, so he might be seeing the ball a little bit better. Verdugo had a single. Taylor, Martin, and Kike all walked. And Ryu had a single. So it wasn't a terrible game. Not too bad. Could have asked for it to be a little bit better on the pitching side of things. But other than that, that's really it. And they've got their game tomorrow against the Diamondbacks, and that will be Tony Gonsolin on the mound, and then Rich Hill will be pitching on Saturday against, I think it's the White Sox, and then that's it. That'll be it for spring training, unless you count the Freeway Series. I just consider those Freeway Series games, whatever. I don't necessarily consider it spring training, even though it doesn't count. But either way, we're almost there. I'm so excited. Opening day is a week away from today. I will, of course, be there. I hope to see some of you guys there. But as always, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. If you like this, please hit that like button and also subscribe. It would mean the world to me. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.